Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Steven's Week, your weekly update on marketing technology. This week I'm going to bring stories about online digital marketplaces for restaurants, and I'm going to talk about how a pharmacy is bringing healthcare services to the home of the patient. Enjoy this new episode, everyone. CVS is also jumping on the wagon of medical care at home, and our home is clearly where healthcare is headed. CVS, the largest pharmacy chain in the US, now they are starting with a new program called Symphony, where they will give senior citizens wearable devices that can detect if they fall, and they measure their sleep patterns, their heart rhythms, all these kind of things, to make sure that caregivers have access to information and that caregivers can have a peace of mind towards their parents or other loved ones that they are responsible for. And you have to pay an installation fee. It's about $250, and then a monthly service fee. And this is a new step for CVS. Usually, or in the past, people had to go to the pharmacy to get their health-related products. Now, the healthcare service is coming to the home or where the patient is. And this is a new model that we don't only see in the healthcare world, but of course, bringing healthcare to the home brings extraordinary value to all people that are in need of healthcare. The market of restaurant marketplaces in the US has more than doubled in 2020. In 2019, its value was about $20 billion. Today, it's $44 billion. And these are marketplaces like DoorDash and Uber Eats that promote restaurants, that promote takeout food, and do the logistics, do all the financial handling with customers so that restaurants don't have to spend time on that. And the real, big winner of this whole evolution is DoorDash. This company went public in 2020, and they have half of the market size. They have more than half of the market size of the digital restaurant marketplaces, and are clearly the winner in the United States of this market. This week, Netflix came with financial results, and they have more than 200 million active users now around the world. So in the last year and a half, they saw a tremendous growth, of course, being accelerated by the pandemic. And now their stock went up with more than 14% when they announced these results, and that gives them a market cap of more than 250 billion US dollars, which is amazing. And you could think, okay, the potential of Netflix has finished, but that's not the case, because in the United States, if you look at people's screen time, the amount of time that they watch TV and content, only 10% of that time is going to Netflix. So even though they have blockbuster after blockbuster, there is still growth potential for their users. And that is their strategy, making sure that people stream more, because the more hours you spend on Netflix, the higher the chance that you will remain a customer. And that is the security factor of their growth. There was a lot of fuss about WhatsApp's new privacy statement. And normally on February 8th, they would start with a new philosophy where your data from WhatsApp would be shared with the mother company, Facebook. There was a lot of protest because of that. A lot of people went to Signal because of that. And now Facebook decided to postpone this new privacy statement. They will wait until May to put it into action. And their philosophy is that people now have more time to look into it, get used to it, maybe ask questions, maybe they can fine-tune it. Some media were really excited about it and said this is a blueprint to deal with privacy and how you can gain trust. I'm personally more skeptical about that. I'm not sure now that WhatsApp will postpone its privacy statement that any user will actually dive into that. If there's any one of you who actually has read the details and will read them now in the next few months, please shout out to me to tell me that I'm wrong. I think most people will not read it and that they're going to have the same problem in May, but time will tell. Things going on with driverless cars. Like in the last 2 years, it felt like a disappointment, and it felt like there was nothing happening in that field anymore. But now in the last few months, in the last year, what we've seen is another boost of major companies that are starting to invest in self-driving car technologies. We have Tesla, where Elon Musk announced that in this year we will have the full autonomous Tesla. But just look at a number of figures. So like in May 2020, Volkswagen invested 2.6 billion into Argo AI, where they joined Ford as the major stakeholder to develop self-driving car software. Amazon acquired Zoox in June for $1.2 billion, which is also a self-driving car startup. Waymo from Google has found $2.2 billion of additional investment money. Uber was selling off its self-driving car philosophy and its self-driving car institute to Aurora, but the deal was valued at more than $4 billion. And now this week, Microsoft announced that they would invest in the autonomous vehicle startup Cruise, and they will add $2 billion into this company. So if you add this all up, an amazing amount of new money is going to self-driving cars. So it feels like some of these companies are forcing a breakthrough and are hoping that we're going to see a fast evolution in that space. So guys, this was my weekly update. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed the content. Share it with your friends and your colleagues. And I wish you a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you again next week for a new episode of Steven's Week. See you then. Bye-bye.